Seems like Kamilla Cardoso is done with Angel Reese, man. Angel Reese is up there mucking up everything, guys. I've been telling y'all. There's only so much masquerading you can do. There's only so much you can hold up this facade.
The Chicago Sky were expected to turn a new page this season, but after their latest collapse against the Phoenix Mercury, the narrative has shifted dramatically, and not just because of the scoreboard. In a 94-89 loss that saw the Sky squander a double-digit lead in the third quarter, the most alarming storyline wasn't the final score. It was what unfolded between two of the team's most prominent faces, Kamilla Cardoso and Angel Reese.
No, baby, day 4. Oh. Here it is. Here we go. Yeah! Hey, let's go, baby. Let's go.
On a night meant to showcase promise, fans witnessed what appeared to be the early unraveling of a dysfunctional partnership. Cardoso, who has steadily emerged as the team's most reliable presence in the paint, sent a clear message not with words, but through decisive in-game actions. The trust in her co-star may already be gone. From on-court snubs to sideline dismissals, every movement told a story of frustration boiling over.
Kamilla Cardoso, oh no. Free Kamilla Cardoso. She is fed up with the Chicago Sky experiment. Tyler Marsh, once again, salute to you. You are doing the rest of the league a favor. This point forward experiment, this Ariel Atkins trade, this has done nothing but backfire on you, backfire on the team, and backfire on the fan.
And as cameras captured every tense exchange, the spotlight shifted. The question now isn't whether the Sky can recover their season. It's whether they can survive the rift that's threatening to fracture their foundation from within. Subscribe for more exclusive breakdowns of WNBA drama and trending stories in women's basketball. Drop a comment below. Should the Chicago Sky bench Angel Reese or restructure their offense around Cardoso? In what many are calling the most telling moment of the Chicago Sky's young season, Kamilla Cardoso made a statement that reverberated far beyond the box score.
The offensive performance from Angel Reese last night, keyword offensive. That is the only kind of offense that Angel Reese is capable of performing. Offensive offense. But I'm not just talking about the self-proclaimed villain, which, by the way, I thought Angel Reese was dedicating this season to winning. I thought she was focused on carrying the Chicago bravado to the promised land of golden toilets and bathrooms with running water.
During a pivotal possession, Cardoso received an inbound pass at the top of the arc, an ideal setup for a routine pick and roll with Angel Reese. Instead of initiating the play, she paused, glanced at Reese signaling for the ball, then turned and delivered the pass elsewhere. That single moment, subtle yet piercing, captured a deeper fracture in the team dynamic.
Angel Reese, part 35, let's get it! Another day, another loss. Bang! Starting to feel bad, man. They may never win again. About to get the combo meal. You get the travel, you get the me-bound, and a turnover. All for the price of one, baby. Why is she top 3 in the league in turnovers? Oh, because it plays like that, huh? Bang! Free throws in this economy? Nah, that's gonna cost you.
It wasn't just a missed opportunity, it was a deliberate shift. In Cardoso's eyes, the play was no longer worth the risk. The decision signaled more than tactical awareness. It exposed a lack of confidence in Reese's decision-making under pressure. For a team desperate to establish chemistry, trust is everything. Cardoso's hesitation was not born from miscommunication, but rather a calculated choice born of repeated frustration.
The person who should be throwing temper tantrums on the Chicago Sky, that person should be this woman right here. That person should be Kamilla Cardoso. Look at the frustration oozing out of Kamilla Cardoso. She gets a switch. Natasha Cloud, she's posting her up. We can't get an entry pass to Kamilla Cardoso.
The cameras caught it, the fans saw it, and the message was unmistakable. Chicago's offense is no longer operating as a unified front. And in the eyes of one of its most impactful players, it may no longer be worth pretending that it is. The dysfunction wasn't limited to one play. It played out possession after possession, quarter after quarter. Cardoso's frustration became increasingly visible as the game wore on. After a failed pick and roll in which Reese set an ineffective screen, Cardoso rolled into the lane only to see no pass coming.
She cannot play. I'm sorry, bro. She's not good. She's not good. She looked like she don't have the hunger. She don't have the want to. She don't have the drive. She don't have that dog in her. Bro, I watched Aaliyah Boston dog walk her ass up and down the floor and she wanted no parts of it. I watch her tap out on a nightly basis. She don't want it, bro. She don't want it. Let's be serious. Y'all drafted a bust. Y'all drafted a bust.
She responded with a quick eye roll before jogging back on defense, a subtle but potent sign of her growing irritation. Later, during a timeout, Reese attempted to engage in the team huddle. Cardoso turned her back and walked away. These weren't isolated gestures or heat-of-the-moment reactions. They were deliberate, captured on broadcast footage, and reinforced a reality that can no longer be ignored. The Chicago Sky are fractured, and the cracks are growing wider by the game.
We got to talk about the meme. The meme. I'm not even going to call them a basketball team right now. I'm going to call them a meme that is Chicago Sky, because it's actually getting ridiculous. It's getting absolutely ridiculous.
For a team already struggling through a 4-game losing streak, the visible collapse of on-court chemistry could not come at a worse time. Cardoso's disinterest in involving Reese wasn't just personal, it was tactical. She began collaborating more with teammates who prioritized ball movement and offensive flow, a quiet yet strategic decision that painted a picture of a player no longer willing to risk possessions for the sake of forced unity. The damage is no longer theoretical, it's happening in real time.
If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I am upset with how this offense is looking. If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I'm upset that I still can't manage to get an entry pass. If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I'm upset that I still need to deal with this type of amateurism in the WNBA.
Angel Reese's individual stats might suggest productivity, but the impact tells a different story. Despite recording rebounds and occasional steals, her presence on the court has become a disruptor to Chicago's offensive flow. Opponents are now daring her to shoot, sagging off defensively and crowding the paint, knowing she's unlikely to hit from outside and struggles with decision-making under pressure.
46% of her offensive rebounds come for her own misses so far this season. 46% rebound rate. You're welcome. New stat. Bang! Don't let that last shot fool you. Even a broke clock is right twice a day.
Come on, move. Get out of the way. Just give me the play. Come on, give it. Move it. Get out of the way.
Bang! Butter pecan! Bang! If you've never seen her dunk before, just wait, because you're not going to see it here either. Bang! Fine, I'll admit it. We are watching because of you too. I mean, come on, man! Bang! Try shooting at the rim without looking first. How about it? Bang!
The result is stagnation. When Reese has the ball, possessions slow to a crawl. Off-ball movement ceases, spacing collapses, and teammates stand flat-footed, waiting to see how the play will unravel. Her tendency to hold the ball too long or dribble into traffic has turned basic offensive sets into momentum-killing sequences. Even fast breaks have become liabilities.
What record did Angel Reese break? I didn't say it was a good record. I never said that. Shout out to you, Priceless. I missed this. Historically bad shootings with a E emoji. Angel Reese goes 0 for 7 from within 4 feet of the basket to tie most misses from that distance in the WNBA over the past 10 seasons.
In one notable sequence against the Mercury, Cardoso sprinted into position for an easy lob, only for Reese to hesitate, drive into traffic, and lose the ball. These plays are no longer rare, they're expected. And while Reese continues to command touches, her execution is costing the team precious possessions and energy. Cardoso, meanwhile, is being forced to adapt, drifting out of the paint to avoid turnovers and abandoning screens that never result in clean looks.
Turning your back to your team, walking away from the active plays going on, walking away from the actual basketball action. Yeah, Kamilla Cardoso is not a happy camper over there in Chicago, and I don't blame her. Again, this is another year of the same nonsense.
The offense isn't just disjointed, it's dysfunctional by design. One of the most basic and reliable tools in professional basketball, the pick and roll, has become a casualty of the deteriorating relationship between Angel Reese and Kamilla Cardoso. What should be a staple of Chicago's offensive strategy is now abandoned mid-play. Cardoso, once willing to set hard screens and roll decisively to the basket, now often hesitates or skips the motion entirely.
Shots a game, bro. What is going on in Chicago, bro? What is going on in Chicago, bro? I know everybody enjoy it, yeah, when Angel Reese get the missing the layups.
In multiple possessions, she's seen starting to set up for a screen, only to retreat moments later, fully aware the ball won't come or that the play will likely result in a broken possession. Reese's inability or unwillingness to distribute the ball efficiently in these situations is unraveling the foundation of the team's offensive identity. The visual cues, Cardoso pausing, looking away, drifting to the corner, are not defensive strategies. They're signs of mistrust.
The Chicago Sky are awful. They're really, really damn bad. All right. They're 0-3 on the season. The only team worse than the Chicago Sky right now is the Connecticut Sun, which basically got rid of everybody on that team outside of Marina Mabrey, who I believe she wants out of town now, and I can't say I blame her.
Cardoso, one of the few consistent performers on the Sky roster, is actively minimizing her reliance on Reese. These repeated breakdowns send a clear signal. The trust required to run even the most basic two-player action is absent. And when a team can't rely on its primary forward duo to execute a pick and roll, the problems aren't tactical. They're personal, and they're deepening with every misconnection.
Listen, man, y'all the worst team in the league, bro. Like, let's just stop playing games. This ain't even no, oh, let's be funny. I'm not even joking. I'm not smiling. I don't have a single joke for you. The Chicago Sky is trash.
While Angel Reese continues to generate headlines and social media engagement with her off-court presence, the contrast between her image and her in-game performance is becoming impossible to ignore. Branded as a confident, charismatic figure and promoted as the face of the franchise, Reese projects dominance, highlighted by curated pre-game outfits, bold catchphrases, and celebratory social posts. But on the hardwood, the reality is far more sober.
Points, 12 rebounds, 3 steals, 0 for 8 from the field, 33% from the free throw line. Angel Reese, point forward, 5 turnovers, 1 assist, point forward, 1 assist, 5 turnovers, Angel Reese, point forward.
In the recent loss to Phoenix, she went 0, 4, 7 from within 4 feet of the basket, tying a WNBA record for the most close-range misses in a single game over the past decade. Her shooting percentage hovered around a brutal 22%, with a plus-minus that reflected negative impact.
Give her some time, but 5 for 22. Yikes, folks. Let's just hide that 5 because that's 22%. Ooh. 5 for 22 is 22%. Ooh, that's not very good. That is not very good. And you know who's laughing about all this?
Fans are now beginning to draw a line between the marketed version of Reese and the player who routinely struggles with basic execution. The branding machine that once worked to her advantage is now generating backlash as every missed layup and defensive lapse gets clipped, shared, and scrutinized.
I actually feel bad for Angel Reese at this point, and it has nothing to do with like how she's handled herself or anything. It's just simply Caitlin Clark is so much better than Angel Reese at basketball that it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese is struggling with the fact that Caitlin Clark is better at her best thing than she.
First of all, it's not a rivalry. Not when you lose about 35 points.
That's true.
It's not rivalry. Indiana Fever's on a different level than the Chicago Sky. Let's get that out the way. Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is on a different level.
The perception is shift from promising rookie to overhyped liability. For a team in crisis, the gap between image and output is no longer a minor issue. It's a credibility problem, and it's taking a toll on the locker room and the scoreboard alike. As Angel Reese's offensive decisions continue to stall possessions, Kamilla Cardoso has begun taking quiet command of the Chicago Sky's gameplay, refusing to let inefficiency dictate outcomes. Her shift isn't loud or confrontational. It's strategic. Cardoso is now choosing to operate outside the Reese orbit, instead aligning with teammates who prioritize ball movement, spacing, and rhythm. This transition was evident as she repeatedly passed up opportunities to engage Reese in favor of cleaner options, whether it was reversing the ball, initiating high-low actions with guards, or slipping into the paint off weak side screens. Her focus has become efficiency. By distancing herself from Reese's erratic play, Cardoso is attempting to stabilize what's left of the team's structure. She's not just leading in rebounds or paint presence, she's leading in decision-making, refusing to waste touches or enable poor habits. This subtle recalibration has won her support from fans and analysts alike, who recognize the professionalism in her approach. Meanwhile, every play Reese forces or fumbles fuels mounting criticism and reinforces the optics of a fractured unit. Cardoso's rise is not just about performance, it's about leadership through control, and her refusal to enable stagnation is becoming the only lifeline for a team caught in a tailspin. Public sentiment has shifted sharply, and Angel Reese now finds herself at the center of growing discontent, not just from fans, but from analysts and former supporters who once celebrated her confidence and charisma. With each missed opportunity on the court, criticism has intensified. Viral clips of her failed layups, blown defensive assignments, and lack of awareness in transition have become staples across social media. What once was her greatest asset, her brand, is now working against her, exposing the stark contrast between her marketed persona and her basketball output. Fans are no longer satisfied with double-doubles that come in losing efforts or stat lines padded by missed shots and self-created rebounds. They're demanding impact, not just influence. Even former defenders of her game are beginning to label her a liability, questioning her effort, drive, and basic court awareness. Meanwhile, the more composed and less marketed Cardoso continues to gain favor. The perception war is intensifying, and Reese's every move is under the microscope. Her cryptic post-game captions, flashy interviews, and off-court antics are beginning to ring hollow. The narrative has turned. She is no longer just a player learning the ropes. She's becoming the symbol of everything that's going wrong with the Chicago Sky's imploding identity. The recent loss to the Phoenix Mercury was more than a statistical failure. It was a collapse of identity for the Chicago Sky. Despite holding a double-digit lead in the third quarter, the team unraveled before fans' eyes, with disorganized possessions, sluggish ball movement, and mounting frustration on nearly every play. Much of that breakdown can be traced directly to the ineffective execution when Angel Reese was involved. Her tendency to hold the ball too long, miss open cutters, or drive into traffic disrupted offensive flow repeatedly. On fast breaks, she often lagged behind the pace or failed to capitalize on Cardoso's positioning. Even worse, defenders now anticipate her moves, baiting her into poor decisions with confidence. Meanwhile, Cardoso, the most consistent force on the team, finds herself neutralized not by the opponent, but by the chaos around her. She's forced to abandon advantageous paint positions to avoid turnovers or miscommunication. Every time Reese initiates the offense, the team stalls, players hesitate, and the defense resets. The Sky aren't just losing games, they're disintegrating on a foundational level. The offense is no longer dysfunctional. It's collapsing from within, and the core of the problem lies in a playing style that no longer complements the team's goals. With 4 consecutive losses and a locker room on the verge of implosion, the Chicago Sky have reached a critical tipping point. The once promising synergy between Angel Reese and Kamilla Cardoso now stands as a symbol of internal collapse. What began as a season fueled by hype, media attention, and bold personalities has morphed into a cautionary tale of misaligned expectations and deteriorating chemistry. Reese, drafted as a franchise cornerstone, is now facing scrutiny from every direction: teammates, coaches, analysts, and fans. Her effort is being questioned, her influence is being reevaluated, and her brand is now undercut by a growing collection of viral missteps and stat lines that can no longer be excused. Cardoso, meanwhile, has emerged as the quiet leader, producing with consistency, asserting herself strategically, and subtly rejecting the chaos swirling around her. The divide between them reflects the broader fracture within the team's identity. For the Sky to regain direction, difficult decisions loom. Should Reese be benched to recalibrate the offense? Should Cardoso be built around as the new focal point? Or has the season already spiraled too far beyond repair? One thing is clear: the disconnect is no longer invisible, and the path forward demands more than optimism. It demands accountability, reinvention, and a complete reset of priorities before the season slips entirely out of reach.